ready for University of Georgia basketball.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In the midst of hours, the University of Georgia Bulldogs basketball team will be facing its biggest game of all time to get a win in Kentucky. Hi again, everybody. We hope you're having a great day. The biggest game of the year is here. It's the Georgia Bulldogs. It's the Kentucky Wildcats. It's in Kentucky, a place Georgia has not won since 2009. In a place that Georgia is 5-66 overall. That's right. 5-66. So Georgia gonna try to do the unbelievable, the unthinkable. Go to Rupp Arena, come out win a win. Georgia has not won in Rupp Arena again since 2009. They didn't even have a head coach. Pete Herman was the interim head coach of that team. Georgia is coming off a brutal loss to Oklahoma. And the bad thing about it is Georgia shot really good until the second half. Then Oklahoma went on a 18-0 run that pretty much changed the entire trajectory of the game. Georgia would not come back from it, and unfortunately, that was that. So Kentucky, on the other hand, and Kentucky has had games this year where they look really, really bad, but have had games this year too where they've looked really, really good. Both teams have the same record at 17-8. At the moment, Georgia is 8.5-point underdogs, I believe. ESPN Matchup Predictor has Kentucky 76.7% chance to win. That's a 23.3% chance for Georgia. Kentucky's best player is Otega Owe, 17 points. Moreno with 16.4 rebounds. And Desdell Aberdeen with a 3.2 assist. Of course, Georgia's best player, Jeremiah Wilkinson, has been out the last 2 or 3 games. Georgia gets him back tonight. He averages 17.1 points a game. Santos Surreal averages 5.5 points a rebound. And it's Marcus Molinder, 3.7 assist. You would see Georgia and Kentucky's record. Excuse me. And think maybe by default Georgia should win, but there are some stats that Georgia's better. There are some stats Kentucky is better. Georgia averages 90.3 points a game, 78.4 points against, 47% field goal, 39.7 rebounds, 14.6 assists, 6.6 blocks, and 8.6 steals. Kentucky averages 81.6 points, 72.2 against, 47% field goals. So they're even in field goals. They're almost even in rebounds too. Kentucky with 37.9, 16.2 assists, 4.8 blocks, and 7.3 steals. And if you've been following, you know, unfortunately, Georgia is 1-4 in their last games. Georgia lost to Tennessee in overtime. We lost to Texas A&M. We did beat LSU. They have lost to Florida and Oklahoma. Kentucky is 3-2 in their last 5 games. They lost to Vanderbilt. They went on a 3-game winning streak versus Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. And then Saturday lost to Florida. Today's game's going to boil down to one thing. How can Jeremiah Wilkinson help Georgia's offense? The last 2 games he's been out, it might have been 3 games. But regardless, the last games he's been out, Georgia's had almost no offense. Blue Kane has hit, especially Kane Catches had a great game against Oklahoma. But, that doesn't help anything when you lose. So, can Jeremiah Wilkinson come back in this game and make a straight impact of the game? You have to hope so if you're Georgia. Um, I won't lie. Kentucky does have some players I like. I like Aberdeen. He played for Florida last year. I like Otegwu. Otea. I like him a lot. He's a great scorer, and that's how Georgia's going to have to win this game. Is they're going to have to stop him. They're going to have to stop him. Very, 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 very bad. If Georgia wants a chance to win this game. Now, obviously, the world right now does not have Georgia winning this game, so, I mean, there's people that don't think that Georgia will win this game at all, and I get it. But if you're a Georgia fan, or you're somebody that thinks maybe Georgia can win this game, I just need you to go back and pause and I need you to think. I need you to calm down and let's think this through. Georgia will have a shot to win tonight if they play their best basketball. We know this Georgia basketball team can play good. They've won 17 games. So we know this Georgia team can play good. It's just a matter of if they play good, or if Kentucky will not rattle the Dawgs. We know in the past, Georgia has went to Rupp Arena and has done either two things. Either they had played very, very good and lost, or they got completely rattled at one point in the game, and then that was that. Kentucky sailed away for the ending of the rest of the game. Don't need that today, guys. You can't get rattled. You're going on the toughest place to play in the SEC. You're going to have to find a way not to be rattled, but you're going to have to find a way to overcome adversity to win this game. Because I'm going to go ahead and guarantee you, Kentucky will go on a run tonight. Okay? That is common boom. We know Kentucky will go on a run tonight. It's just a matter of when they do. And it's also a matter if Georgia can overcome the run that Kentucky goes on. Because look, it happens. You think of the game. You think of the game that Ivasic just in 2024. Georgia played very good in that game. Georgia played very, very good in that game. Even had a player, Jabri Abdul-Rahim, with 35 points. Then, when did Georgia lose control of the game? When Kentucky went on their run with Ivasic, when he did behind-the-back pass, the three-pointer, the timeout. Georgia was really in that game. Then that happened, and then Georgia never could recover. You think about the 2023 game, Georgia led at halftime. What happened in the second half? Oscar Tshiebwe had a run of his own. They had 2 or 3 straight possessions where they went right to him and he dunked it in, hook shot, using your size advantage, and credit to Kentucky. That's what they needed to do. Georgia lost that game. You think of 2022, a less talented Georgia team than this Georgia team had it close for a little while. Then Kentucky went on and run to end the game. So Kentucky is going to hit a run tonight. Georgia's going to have to find a way. Georgia's going to do two things. Georgia's going to fall flat on their face like we've done under Mike White whenever teams go on a big run against us. Or Georgia is going to fight against it and push back and go on a run of their own. That's what I'm hoping happens tonight. I hope Georgia can do it. This is the biggest game on the schedule, in my opinion, to go to the place you've only won 5 times. Let's leave it. Let's let it be 5 when we start today. Let's let it be 6 when we end tonight. So, Georgia, Kentucky, 9 o'clock, 8:35 airtime with Scott, Chuck, Adam, and the gang. listen to the entire broadcast on Georgia Ball Sports Network. You can watch it on ESPN as well. Again, a 9 o'clock tip-off, so a very, very late game. Super Tuesday game as well. So, let's get it, guys. Let's go, Dogs. Let's beat Kentucky at Kentucky. Georgia, these players could join a rare list of teams that have won in Kentucky. So, let's do that. Let's go, Hoop Dogs. Let's beat the Wildcats.
Unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.